I'm Joe Gaddis, and we're sitting inside one of the coolest cars we have ever built at Soulful Customs Apocalypse Manufacturing. This is a full Restomod Wagoneer. So I'm here with my friend Chris, and this is not the first ridiculous project we've done, but
3 or 4.
Arguably the coolest and best one we've ever done. So Chris brought me a car that looked like it was a lawn ornament, at least in my opinion.
Well, it was a lawn ornament here for like a year.
An additional year while he was like, why don't you start this project? It's gonna be super cool. And I didn't really see what you had in mind with it. So in November,
Yep.
yeah, we dragged this thing inside and we got to work, right? Originally we started out with, we're gonna make it electric. And we threw that out the window. Then
6-speed.
we're making a 6-speed. Threw that out the window. Then we said, all right, we'll settle on an engine. All right, we're just gonna put a 6.4 liter Hemi 392 under the hood of this thing, and that'll be that. As we started doing the engine swap, realized that old frame isn't gonna handle it, right? And we don't have electronic fuel pump, we don't have ABS brakes, a lot of stuff. So we started out with a frame from a new Wrangler, and then we modified it, we had a custom frame.
Extended
it, then extended the body to be able to take the longer wheelbase. So now we've got our powertrain, transmission, chassis there, and then you went wild with how it ought to look.
Yeah, I do that.
And really, this thing's just been in the works for, what, almost a year now?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
But I wanted it to, stay classic, but be new everywhere. No one could see it until they're looking in the windows.
Yeah, there's a lot of, Chris said, don't do your Joe stuff to it, because I was gonna put, super swampers and all that ridiculous shit on there, and he was like, no, there has to be X amount of the original vehicle there, and I think we nailed that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just enough Joe and just enough Chris.
I think when you see it, you'll be really impressed.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Let's take a look.
This is a full frame-off restoration with a custom-made frame. So under the hood is where this car shines, right? We took out the old engine with the, carburetor and whatnot, and now it's a fuel-injected 392 Hemi 6.4 liter with 500 horsepower, made it to an 8-speed transmission, shifts seamlessly. So it's got way more power than it used to have, but it's still a manageable monster. It's really fun to drive. And then the electronic integration in this car was a real work of art. All the power windows from what would be a JL electronic system is running all the electronics in the Wagoneer. So when you hit the power windows button in the center stack, it goes up and down. Now it's loaded with some really special features that you wouldn't find typically in a Wagoneer. It's got carbon fiber steering wheel, it's got ABS brakes, pulse width controlled electronic fuel pump, it's got backup camera, Bluetooth, navigation, Apple CarPlay, push button start. Some of the interesting features that come with the Wagoneer, like that rear window in the back, we've integrated that as well. You just press a button and down she goes. And then the suspension was a spot that we spent a lot of time on. So we modified the front fenders to clear a longer wheelbase. This wheelbase is a foot longer than the original wheelbase. So up here, the wheel sits a lot further than it used to. And back here, we made a lot of room in the body to fit the longer wheelbase. Why do we need a longer wheelbase? Because the car has a lot more horsepower than it's originally designed for, and it just gives it a lot more stability. We went with a really, really tight, aggressive, like sport-tuned suspension on this thing. 2.5-inch diameter shocks, progressive rate springs, and we pushed our control arms down, all adjustable control arms, so that you've got like a hot rod hiding inside the body of a monster. So you've got the classic look. Everything on the outside of the vehicle is all classic. Even the doors are still all original. The floor, the rear seats, all original. But then when it comes to the dash down onto electronics, you're looking at a 2025 modern day Jeep. Some of the other fun stuff we did was this hood, right? Obviously this is not the way this hood was born. It's kind of like a shaker air intake Mojave style hood, which we thought was really cool with the 392 sitting under it. We changed out the headlights for the LED headlights, changed out the cube lights, put some, brighter, all updated LED headlights. A really interesting project. It started out with a car that sat in the front yard for 8 months, and when we brought it inside, we thought, we could make this car look good. We didn't realize how deep we'd go into it. Starting out with a custom frame was kind of the turning point of this thing becoming a work of art. This is a vehicle you can get on the highway and do 100 miles an hour and drive from here to Orlando, versus just like a restored old vehicle that doesn't have air conditioning, it's got a lot of wind noise, or doesn't handle the highway very well. Probably one of the nicest pieces of machinery that leaves our shop. All right, so Chris, after a lot of waiting and every single part being on back order and having to fabricate most of it, here it is. She's done. And now, aesthetically, I think we hit the boxes that you wanted.
Yep,
right?
no doubt.
We did it's all original on the outside except for the hood. Obviously, you're never gonna see another hood like that.
Yeah.
But that's because it's got a fire-breathing monster under the hood, and we thought, that would tie it up. What really makes this thing special, in my opinion, I mean, I love the look of it. I think we mixed a little bit of off-road with classic there, is the way it drives, the horsepower, and the interior fit and finish. Like, the interior of this thing really came together really, really nicely. So, I know you own Schlein Wine Company.
Yeah.
And what do you do anytime you get one of your new toys? You bust one open on it.
Gotta bust one open.
Have attitude.
All right, man. Well, first of all, I got to thank you for somewhat listening to me. I mean, everything we built has turned into Joe's build, not Chris's build. So this one we were able to come a little bit to the
you came
to the
by
middle
more frequently in this one.
Yeah,
I
kept bothering people on this one. It's kind of, let's be honest and say what it really is, and yeah, this one we got right.
Yeah.
It took us 5 times, but we got this one right.
I think it's a really special toy. Right.
Oh yeah. And there's a bottle of rare on there, which is what this vehicle is. Totally rare. One of one.
Yeah, agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
So,
you won't find another one like it.
Exactly. So
I get to drink the rest of this while we drive?
I would go for it. You gotta drink it to get in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's so quiet.
We swapped out all the lights for LED lights.
You connect, AC went on.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
All the
in the middle windows.
Yeah.
Just like a normal Jeep, unlike here like it was 40 years ago.
I wanted to keep the original door latch, right? So this is how you get in and out of her. But we put the newer upgraded, electronic lock, so that all works with the central locking system.
The steering wheel is just crazy sick.
Feels right?
Yeah, really nice. So
now here's one I thought you'd really appreciate, right? Check this button out, right there. Push that down. Look in the rearview mirror.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's one of those special things that only a Wagoneer has.
That's like keeping the old and making it new.
Right. Restomod.
Awesome. And the interior, I love the wood finishes.
Yeah.
Because that's just an homage to the past, and yet making everything else look brand new.
And we fabricated everything inside of this truck.
Yeah, the panels, well, I know what it looked like when I got it.
Yeah.
It did look like this.
Right.
So.
Now I kept the rear seat,
headliner is nice.
I kept the rear seat because I thought the bench seat in the back of this thing was part of what makes it, So we kept that and we just reupholstered it. And then you got AC in the back here with the vents. And then you got window controls again in the back so you can put the windows up and down from the rear of the truck.
Power door locks, power windows.
Yeah, pretty decent
As
sound
having,
system.
a couple of Jeeps in my history, it's like I see all the stuff I know from, a brand new Jeep in a Jeep that I know that's 40 years old.
Right. Check this out. Hold the brake, put it in reverse.
No way.
Boom, backup camera.
It has a backup camera.
Or run over the neighbor's dog.
Oh man, or my own.
Right.
Oh, that's sick. Totally sick.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't a box you guys didn't hit. I mean, it looks spectacular. And I love that it's still, got the old world mirror in it that it had 40 years ago. It just, updated a little bit. The windshield looks great. I mean, these little bad boys to get a little airflow in there is nice, but man, having the windows on the middle, like every other Jeep, is sick. Because I know that was going to be a problem, just rewiring all that. So it must have been quite the...
All the blinkers, headlights, all the electronics are wired into the new stuff, so it's all running on a body control module.
I think everybody's going to want one of these. Yeah, it's pretty good.
And check that out. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to undo my seatbelt. See the seatbelt light in your dash?
Yeah.
And your fucking airbags work.
Well, I'm going to need them.
I hope not. It's light on its feet, right?
Well, after driving it a bit, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, with the different steering wheel and kind of a different feel that it had, it feels much tighter. Like safe, kind of.
She's still a big girl, right?
Yeah. Got to admit, better than my wildest dreams.
Really?
And some of the things that we thought we were going to do that we didn't do and switched to other things just are making it so much better.
Yeah.
Like, I was wrong, then you were wrong, then I was wrong, then you were wrong, and now we're both right.
There it is.
Man, what a
Right
fucking...
to 60.
Yeah, it's much less wavy than it was.
Yeah, right?
It still has a little bit of the...
Still a heavy girl feeling.
Yeah, it's still got a Jeep thing going on, but I mean, just the cabin is like so... It's perfect.
Yeah,
because I kind of feel like I'm in a Jeep.
Yeah.
And yet I know I'm in a Wagoneer.
Right.
But I feel like right here, I'm like, if I just kind of like look around here, I'm like, oh, I'm in my Jeep.
Yeah.
And yet, no. So we
the Wagoneer is still a Jeep.
Yeah, it's in the family.
They're in the family. Think you get the opportunity to scare the crap out of the cameraman?
Let's see.
All right. There we go.
Oh, it's 70 kind of sucks. Oh, sorry. Woo, woo. Okay.
All right.
Slaunch and pull over.
35, I'm pretty sure on this
Yeah,
road.
well, I figure you get a little leeway on this street.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Like it.
Oh, I don't just like it. I fucking love it. Bringing it into the mothership here. There we go. All right.
You guys are looking for the thumbs up of approval.
I have it actually in a bag for some of these guys. Man, Joe, outdid yourself. I mean, the whole team is incredible. I mean,
Thanks, man.
Thanks for listening and, keeping it real.
Yeah.
Man, fucking awesome. Unbelievable.
So that's it.
What are we going to do next? What's next?
See what you drag
Pretty
in.
much everybody in here just went, oh, shit, no.
So you keep the project going, you don't have to get the next one.
Yeah, exactly. Man, it's awesome. Buddy, thank you so much.
I'd love to see it when it's done.
It's awesome.
I'm glad you love it, man.
Really cool.